Alright, good evening from the place where I am recording this at GMT plus 8 in the Philippines. Today it's May 14, 7:48 p.m. and we're going to have a rundown on the news worldwide and where I'm from. Alright, first off, we have New York Times and in the headlines they're talking about the virus thing here for a long time, and economic pain is long lasting. I think this is no more a story. I mean, we already know this is going to be the case. Maybe for some people, they're still in denial. Some people in the States are still in denial. But I think even in the Philippines, we know that it's going to be here for a long time. In fact, most of the leading industries here in the Philippines are now planning to come back to work amidst all this coronavirus scare. So we know it's there, and we are going to have a parallel, normal life with the COVID scare just you know within our midst because that's going to be the case. And I think that we ought to realize that there's a great washing in the earth that's happening, and this is it. We have to plan everything and the major developments that the world is going to um, develop. The major developments that the world is going to pursue are all going to take into consideration what happened in 2020. This is like, your Justinian plague, your bubonic plague, your, Spanish flu. This is like all that. This is like, Napoleon Wars in Europe, or the coming of the barbarians in Rome, or the sack of Rome for that matter. All these things are way of life changing, and this is going to be true. Of course, the pain of economics is going to be there, and here the gap between the rich and the poor is going to be more defined. The well-to-do people can stay, even without working, they can stay their whole life. They will be well fed. They will have a roof on their head. They will have, they will have something to nibble. They will have, food on the table. But the very poor are going to really suffer. And, even Christ said, you will always have the poor with you. And I think he saw this coming. And I think it's now up to for the government to do something in order to more or less balance the scale. I'm all in favor of wealth taxes. Even if you just tax the very wealthy by an additional 1 or 2%, they won't mind, and that that will very much uh, be put in the coffers. I think this is the high time for the very rich, especially the richest people in the world, should really help those who are in need, especially if their country is really suffering. Right. So we have here some pictures of key places in the world: Barcelona, Spain, how empty the streets are. Budapest, Paris. It's nice to see them all biking their way to work or wherever, right? Globally, these are some of the news. Fighting the virus brings unintended consequences, including a mental illness crisis. I think so. A lot of people are also seeing that here in the Philippines, and especially the very poor who have to line up just to get the SAP. Talagang, it's really hard for them. All right. So what else for that? So over at Bloomberg, we have news of second waves all over. especially in places where we thought that we have conquered coronavirus already. Like here we have China sealing off cities near North Korea as new clusters grow. Korea's virus strategy is tested by outbreak at nightclubs. See, this is what happens if you open early. And I think the world needs to see this happening in order to find out, what would be the next steps to do. And especially for the people who may not see what's going on, and what should we do. Sometimes they thought, okay, we're allowed to go out in the streets, maybe it's okay, and they put down their guard, and the virus takes over again. Other news here, economics, US futures edge down, bonds advance with dollar markets wrap. Tesla to cut prices in China again as competition heats up. Um, in Thailand, shopping malls are preparing to reopen with robots, drones, and masks. It's good for them that they have robots. But if that's the case, then the AI is going to make a scene. I think that's what's going to happen. AI won't get sick. AI won't get the virus. Alright? So if you have robots checking you or whatever, checking your temperature, you don't need people to do that. You just have to, put yourself into that area where they can test your vitals. That's it. And robots roaming around in certain shopping malls or whatever in certain areas, airlines, maybe that will be the thing in the next couple of years. I don't say decades because it's already here. Russia outbreak spreads to neighbor as Mongolian cases jump. So this we saw that because I think the coronavirus cases in Russia is again picking up. BP adds US fiber supplier to limit its reliance on Huawei gear. TikTok owner backed Hupu seeks 100 million in new round. What's that? The deals. These are deals with TikTok. Okay, Italy learns a hard lesson on face masks. What's that? What's the hard lesson on face masks? The problem with fixing a very low price on face mask is that it will cause shortages unless you boost supply. Of course, this is demand and supply. I think this is what's happening in Italy. Uh, the mask fashion is in. All right. Okay. Okay. Over at Wall Street Journal, May 14th. Thinks it's not yet open over there. Millions of U.S. workers continue to file jobless claims. Economists expect another 3 million Americans filing for jobless benefits last week. Filed because it's last week. So this would add to the more than 33 million who have done so. See, the economic woes are piling up. Okay, national study finds convalescent plasma to treat COVID-19 is safe. Congress debates push to end surprise medical billing. Yeah, it's also happening here. Behind Elon Musk fight to reopen Tesla in California, keep up with Detroit. Doctors fret over lower ER attendance during pandemic. Maybe they don't want to be there. I don't know what does that mean. Doctors fret over lower ER. Fewer patients seeking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That fewer patients are seeking help for emergency treatments because they don't want to even go there in hospitals. Going in hospitals, they are afraid uh, they not of anything, but have contagion, the contagious virus affecting them, and they would rather just stay at home, even if they're at pain. They would rather just stay at home. I think that's a problem with that. This is what we've been talking, especially in my place of work. Working from home is taking a toll on our backs and necks. You know, in fact, we were joking around that from the looks of it, we tend to work more now than we were in the office. Because when you're in the office, you every at least every 10 20 minutes you can get up, go to the washroom, pantry, uh, drink some coffee or water. But at home, you tend to uh, sit down. In fact, Zoom meetings would otherwise in live meetings it would just take 30 minutes, 1 hour. Zoom meetings it takes you sometimes 2 hours. And you usually don't see them physically, so that's a problem. That's why you have to really spend too long a time in meetings now. Okay, dito naman sa atin, Tagalog na. Okay, here in the Philippines, in GMA 7 news, no, syempre yung news natin, di Ambo, right? Si Ambo, maintaining strength, will bring heavy rain to parts of East Visayas and Bicol. Ang problem, dito na naman siya dadaan papuntang South Luzon and then Manila. Ito yung pinakamahirap na kind ng path ng bagyo. I've always said this. When the typhoon hits Samar area and then it goes to what's this? Bicol region. And instead of exiting to the west, it goes up. South Luzon. Ang daming tao dyan. Binong dadaan mo yung Bicolandia. So many people. And then South Luzon, Calabarzon. Majority of Calabarzon. And then you will go past NCR. My God, the heaviest population in the Philippines are going to be affected. So sana it exits to the west, but if not, o kaya it goes up and then exit to northeast. Para walang masyadong tamaan. But if not, mahirap eh. Talagang pahihirapan lalo tayo nito. Okay, ang mga balita dito sa Philippines, yung number of COVID-19 testing centers rises to 31. In fact, kanina I was listening to an authority, I think the DOH, parang sinasabi nila that's one reason why ang Laguna was remained in the ECQ, the modified ECQ, kasi wala pa kaming testing center dito. Unlike Cavite, mayroon sa Lasal Dasma. Yun ang problema. Ang dito na pwedeng magsagawa niyan kung university area. UP dito, di ba? So, wala, layo ng Los Baños. Pwede, pero baka kulang ang facility ng UP dyan. Yung Research Institute. Anyway, Laguna, ang dami namang places dito kung pwede. Okay, EPD headquarters, ano pa to, no? Placed under lockdown after 24 cops test positive for COVID-19. Ito, yung mga drivers na rely sa mga private donations, pinakatayan kanina. Pacquiao, Jackma Foundations donate another 50,000 test kits to San Lazaro and PGH. Hindi pa si Jackma, donate sa Philippines eh. Imagine, yung mga billionaires natin, I think, medyo mahihiya tayo ng konti kasi mga taga-ibang bansa pa nagdo-donate sa atin. Okay. Gusto ko rin sabihin dito yung nangyari dun sa dito naman yun eh. They are asking SINAS to be suspended. And I think magkakaroon ng pagdinig para tingnan kung talagang naglumabag si General. Kasi kahit anong side kang tumingin, hindi mo siya ma-excuse sa nangyari. Lalo pati ikaw ang head. Of course, naiintindihan ko merong mga certain talaga sa military. Naiintindihan ko yan, may mga certain traditions. Kaso, special times to eh. Even nga ang graduation, sinuspend natin eh. Diba? Hindi ba yun tradition? Kung yung mga ganyan, dapat isuspend na natin muna yan. Mga ganyang mga manyanita natin. No? Okay, over at inquirer.net, COVID-19 cases 11,876. Ano ba yesterday? 2,337 recover, 790 die. So, meaning, kung ganito yung ratio, about 23 out of 800 23 out of 31. So, 8 out of 31 yung ating fatality rate. 8 out of 31. So, that's about 25%, something like that. 24%. We're not yet at the 80-20, no? Kasi, pero paparating na tayo dun. No? I think doon naman talaga mapunta yan. And 11,876 is not yet within our forecast. Sabi nga natin, naabot ng 15. Buti nga hindi umabot ng 15,000 sa May 15 and that's already tomorrow. So this is already a great accomplishment. Yan. Okay, maraming mga ano dito, bashers kay Corina. Filipino doctor nurse dies from coronavirus in New York. Okay, what's this? Ang mga ano sa US, ang mga health worker ang nawawa Erwin Lambrento, another Filipino health professional died on the front lines. I think problem meron akong kaibigan na trabaho dito. Saying na talagang they literally ang New York gusto nang magbayad ng sobrang laki, 2 times even 3 times ng salary para lang mag-serve ang mga tao and marami sa mga national ng US ay talagang ayaw nila no? Kasi lalo pag you go beyond yung hours, napaka risky. Tapos isang iglap lang, you can literally die, di ba? Ang daming namamatay na talaga worldwide ng health workers. Sobrang laki ng kanilang exposure. Diba? And it's another one of our kababayan, no? Talamaan na naman. Matay na naman. Sa Bagyo, sinabi natin ito kanina, number 3 na yung over Sorsogon, signal number 1 NCR. Sana wag tumama sa NCR. Mas marami maapektuhan. Of course, dito sa atin, sa Laguna, sana wag lang tumama. Dito, maraming mga taong yung mga nagpo-post ng kung ano-ano, tinawag si Duterte yung buang, may nagsabing magbabayad ng 75 million, 100 million to kill him. Those were arrested. Of course, some people are saying na bakit inuuna pa yon and all that. But the fact remains that they are violating the law and I have nothing against that. Marami naman talagang nangyayari sabay-sabay nakikita mo lang yung mga inuuna because you're looking at that. Pero sabay-sabay nangyayari. Okay, ito na. Meanwhile, in the coronavirus pandemic website, 4.4 million na ang cases natin, 298,000 and deaths, 300,000 na. Knocking at the 300,000 level. Closed cases is almost 2 million. And dito sa world is 85% ang recovery rate. Alright, so US pa rin 1.4 million, no surprise there. Ang surprising dito, ang Russia is marching to move within yung number 3 sila ngayon, no? 20,000 na lang sila, within 20,000 na lang sa Spain, and look at the number of new cases then for Russia, 9,974. UK 229,000 na ang total cases. Italy is I think Italy is doing well na, 222,000 sila. Brazil 190. Ayan ang problema sa Brazil, nag-violate sila ng talaga, ayaw nilang maniwala, social distancing. They violated yung mga best practices worldwide and that's why they have 200,000 cases. Germany, mga taas sa top 10 pa rin, France, Germany, Turkey, Iran, China, and then India is 78,000. Malapit na ang India mag-go, go past China. China only has 3 cases, 3 new cases. India say 800. So within a matter of time, that's going to be bad. Ang Switzerland, 30,000 pa din ngayon eh. Although matagal mo ng 30,000 yan. I think they already taken care of their uh, pandemic over there. Qatar, tumataas na, 1.7. Mexico, 1.862. Ito yung mga pinupuri ko noong araw na, ano ba yan, wala bang tinatamaan sa Mexico? At ba't ang tagal-tagal na, 10 pa lang ang meron sa kanila, ganyan. Ngayon, nasa 40,000 na sila. Bangladesh, 18,000, 1,000 new cases today. 18,000 sila. Singapore is 26,000. Okay, so over at Asia, natin, Turkey pa rin ang number 1, followed by Iran, China number 3, India, Saudi, Pakistan, Qatar, Singapore, UAE, Bangladesh, ayan ang Bangladesh, no? Israel, Japan, Indonesia, Kuwait, and then Philippines, 11,876. South Korea, 10,991. South Korea, 29 lang new cases, tayo 158. Yan. Dapat wag tayong aabot ng 300. And then it should maintain to 200 and then 190 na lang. And then baba na dapat siya later on. Yung mga Thailand, 1 lang additional case, 3,018 na sila. 3,018 lang sila. Ang total nila, no? Malaysia 6,819. So yun, I think yan yung natin ang mga balita natin today. Ang Philippines 11,876 logarithmic pattern. Okay naman ang Philippines, I think talagang kailangan lang yung day-to-day natin. We should really lower it down to 100, 180, 170. And then tumaas yung recovery rate. Kasi when that happens, then we take care of the propagation rate of the virus. Okay, last na lang natin yung mga trending hashtag, trending tweets. Ngayon, KFC Green Curry X New Golf. What's that? Bakit nandito ang ating KFC? Napapa-KFC tuloy ako. Okay, may natin tingnan yan. Hobie, Let's Meet Again, Suho, TJ Monterde, We Stand With Maymar, ayun na naman yung mga natin. Joshnella, Diyos ko Lord, ano ba naman yung mga natin? Ayan, okay. Apparently, they're singing while in KFC. Mga Korean peeps natin, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's it. That's what's happening worldwide and in the Philippines. Alrighty, so that's it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you had a fantastic day. And hoping that tomorrow we will wake up and COVID-19 is already gone. I can dream, can't I? Goodbye, God bless. Long live the Philippines, and long live you and I.